Don't die. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Superheroes Speak. I'm your host, Dave.
And D's are great, but they're better when they're double. And I'm the other host, Don. And my other
I'm
co-host was
having
looking
delay issues here.
distressed. Oh no.
I might have too much stuff open. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're still with us as far as I can tell.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll plow forward. I'm gonna close some stuff in the background here. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. Not just we got, the big news was the Supergirl trailer was dropped, or teaser trailer
Yep.
this week, and which, believe it or not, started a firestorm of rumors about the Doomsday trailer, which dropped this coming weekend. We'll get into that, and we got a bunch of game trailers to look at and some disturbing news about Disney that I'm not happy about. It's kind of scary, but we'll see where this goes. With all that being said, though, how are you doing, sir? How was your week? Anything new and exciting in your life?
Still pretty busy with work, but I got to tell you, when I saw, excuse me, that this episode was number 666, I said, "Oh, I hope nothing bad happens." And then here we go. You're having technical difficulties right off the bat. So be forewarned. But other than that, like I said, I've been working a lot. But today, I didn't work any jobs. And the Browns were playing on a streaming service that I didn't already have. So, at first I'm like, no, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just, keep up with it on ESPN. But eventually I was like, oh, fuck, it's my only day off here for a while. Let me get the 7-day trial at least, and that way I can watch the game and just cancel it if I need to. And by halftime I had uninstalled the app. So that's how that went.
I didn't even pay attention to. I guess they did the
I
Browns
couldn't
thing.
even tell you the final score. I just, whatever it was and whatever I was seeing at that point, I was just done. I know they didn't win. I know that much. So I'm not even interested in the minutia of their sucketry. So that's how things are going with me. How about you, Dave?
I'm sorry, I just looked at the final score.
Oh wow!
Well, I will say that that on that final score, that's kind of how the Eagles did the opposite against the Raiders.
Yeah.
The what you call it? The Eagles won 31-0 against the Raiders, which is good because they lost their last two games, but the Raiders are like the worst team in the NFL this season.
Right.
So it's not a huge victory. We got two games. Yeah, but we do have also two games coming up against Washington, who also is not doing so great.
But let me tell you this, here on NFL.
Okay, you look.
Here we go, number 666.
Is it me or is it you that's locked up?
You're not locked up to me.
Hello, James. Should one of us try leaving and coming back?
We can try that.
All right, I'm actually looking on my tablet where I monitor, and it looks fine. But yet, every once in a while, when you talk, it gets choppy,
Hmm.
and you freeze up.
Okay. I don't know,
Very
buddy.
weird. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's the episode number. I'm telling you.
We are cursed. Cursed, I tell you,
So,
cursed. I'm I'm closing everything on my other browser.
but
All
yeah.
right.
But so as far as football though, Dave, like you're a Philadelphia fan, obviously, because you live in Philadelphia. You guys were going like ape shit crazy. Maybe not you specifically, but like hating everything about the Eagles, because of these two losses. You've won two Super Bowls in like the last 5 years, I think, something crazy like that. Like, how are you guys just not riding high? I mean, seriously.
Funny thing is that there were actually people going to the offensive coordinator's home and setting off fireworks at the house and threatening him, and it's like,
That's
come
horrible.
on. It was, and the funny thing is, not funny. I mean, I understand some of the frustration because they were games we were winning and we ended up losing at the end the last two games. So it was just like it was a lot of bad there were a lot of bad calls, but like come on. Like it's not because I say this too, and I'm not a big football guy, but I know enough. It's like, yeah, the offensive coordinator maybe called some bad plays. However, the head coach has the final say in what's played and what's not played. So if something's not going right, the head coach needs to step in and be like, "Hey, you know what? Don't call that play. It's not working." So
Heavy is the head that wears the crown for sure.
hey, Kasan. No, we're not the worst fans.
Enough of NFL hero speak, though. I was
Okay.
just curious.
Yes,
So.
yes. I see James says silly football.
Oh,
Foosball.
foosball. That's from the Adam Sandler movie,
Well, before
Waterboy.
before before we go on, you hate Greeks now too, right? Which is offensive
Not at no.
to
That
me.
is a person. Stop. Stop. No, I don't hate Greeks. I don't hate anybody.
I know you don't. It was just a joke. Uh,
Yes. Tired and
Hoopa!
grumpy, and they were having a lot of fun. A lot of fun they were
Yes,
having. It was great.
that's the worst when you're working something and people are having fun and you're working and you're grumpy. Um, I I also wanted to say that we had an experiment twice this week. People did
Mhm.
notice, I think, at least our regulars did come on and saw what was going on. We're playing around with this streaming software that allows us to upload old episodes in like a batch and stream them for a period of time. So we experimented originally just with like the last 20 some episodes and put it in a stream on like Monday through Tuesday. And then starting Friday up through this afternoon, there was a stream going of all of our interview, at least the last 20 interview episodes. And people noticed we actually gained some followers. So if you're new, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Um, People might have noticed that there's a stream elements comment in the chat.
You're
Um,
playing around a little bit.
yeah, and that's just to help with some of the interactions in the chat because we can't sit here and watch our own stream for 24 hours. This is just some fun stuff. A lot of channels do it. So yeah, we'll be playing with that
Well,
more and more going forward.
I think it's great because here we are. We're on YouTube, and we are a YouTube channel. And when you do think of the
Hmm.
traditional channel, there's programming all the time. Um,
Yeah.
so I think it is cool for us to pick stuff and just because even as host, it's still kind of cool to just go on there if I'm not doing something, whatever. I'm just sitting there waiting for some 10 minutes. Say what's oh I remember that. That was So I don't know. I think it's great. So keep it up.
Yes. James says I streamed 20 minutes. Hell, it was hard. I don't think it's that kind of stream. Other than that, and then the other thing, we had a snowstorm here in Philly, parts of the East Coast, and it's funny because they said it was going to be a winter mix, and it wasn't going to be much, and okay, fine. I went to my girlfriend's like I normally do on Saturday night. We had dinner. Went to bed. We actually made plans to get up early and go finish up our Christmas shopping. And we went to bed, and we wake up and we got 5 inches.
That's what she said.
No. So we were like, all right, I guess we're not gonna go out. And the weatherman was completely wrong on this, and also it was below freezing most of the day. It will be below freezing tomorrow, so it's gonna stick around for a couple of days. Yeah. Did you sing the song "Baby It's Cold Outside"?
No, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
We're not allowed to. We're only allowed to sing "WAP" by I don't remember. Is it Nicki Minaj? Yeah, you're not allowed to sing "Baby It's Cold Outside" anymore. That's too taboo. But singing, I'm not even gonna say wet blank.
Wet ass platypus.
Platypus. That's it. There you go. So yeah, that's been my week. And then obviously I just stated I got to finish my Christmas shopping. Yay, the holidays. So
we got all the kids done.
Getting there. Yeah. I got.
Yay, commercialism.
Family. That's.
My.
We do a Pollyanna, so I did. What?
No, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. So the Pollyanna gifts were bought, and the what you call it, my grandkids and all, but I still have a few people I need to shop for. So yeah. Well, on that note, since this is a dark episode and these are dark times with technical difficulties, let's see what our good friend Dark Don has to say.
Darth Don here. You must subscribe to Superhero Speak if you haven't already. And if you have already, make another account and subscribe again. You also will like this video. And while you're on the HoloNet, go to superherospeak.com. Find the links to our merch and purchase one of our shirts. Don't skimp on the shipping, or else I will trap you in a box with an agitated gundog named Brie Larson. I would just force lightning you, but we don't have that in the effects budget. Now, back to the show.
That seemed to work. All right.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of news to talk about, so I got to make you happy, Don. Here we go.
Yes.
I think it worked. I hate technical difficulties. All right, let's talk about some of these game trailers that came out. There was like a gaming online gaming forum or something, and they released all of these. Oh, good.
Well, there was a big game award, the Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which actually Kassan mentioned I should play months ago. That won Game of the Year, which is is kind of funny because that game was made by a team that was fired from another company. I think it was Ubisoft or something like that. So of course, there was a meme I've seen of it where Ubisoft is just imagine watching like a team of people you fired make a game, that wins Game of the Year, which that's got to be pretty salty. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of video game news and shit going on
Okay.
surrounding that.
Yeah, it was my son who he watched it and then was like, "Oh, you're gonna probably want to talk about some of the stuff that came out of that." I was like, "Okay." Hassan says 2 D&D games are coming out next year. Oh,
Yeah, I got to research those. I haven't had, but yeah, which that's long overdue.
yeah. I mean, the last one I played was Neverwinter Nights. I don't know.
Well, that was a long, long time ago. They had
Yeah.
some PS2 ones. I think it's been since the PS2 when they were doing some Baldur's Gate. Well, no, the Baldur's Gate actually. Well, technically, right, wasn't there a Baldur's Gate 3 recently? I actually need to play. But anyway, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at some of these. Of course, there was a couple Star Wars games that were announced, and of course, we're all about the Star Wars here on this podcast.
Indeed. Well, this first one's more of an expansion, though. To me, it's for the MMO.
Yes. So it's Fate of the Old Republic, and
Yep.
let's take a look at it now. This reminds me of Star Trek.
Well, of course. Until you get to the cool cockpit with actual cool instruments instead of iPads.
I mean, the graphics are really good. It's raining. Men. Hallelujah. Oh.
And you can't get no cooler than Star Wars, man.
You wonder, though, is this like a planet where it rains all the time? Or...
Probably.
And there you go.
See, and it says more at swotar.com. That's the MMO. So
yes,
yeah, and I still play that. I've been playing that since beta. I can remember before it was released, getting emails saying, "Hey, you get to play it this weekend," and then having to tell my girlfriend, like, "Yeah, I can't do that." And I was a subscriber for a couple of years, and then it went free to play, and I kind of fell off, but I still do play it because one of my favorite things about that is, even though it's an MMO, you could totally play it as a one-player, awesome cinematic RPG experience where you get dialogue choices and cool shit like that. Like, it's really a fun Star Wars game. It's over a decade old at this point, but it's still going, and it's still fun and awesome and pushing relevant stuff.
Right. Before we talk about Kassan's question here, it's a typical, though, early trailer for a game. Like, it tells you absolutely nothing about the game. It's just, here's a really cool cinematic that we spent a lot of time putting together. And if it's an MMO, like the Old Republic, like, that might be a cutscene, but that game is just you going and doing stuff. Like, the cutscene, there really aren't a lot of cutscenes in the game. So
no, but they do that when something releases. When the game first released, it was this awesome cinematic with all these Sith and Jedi, fighting inside the Jedi temple. So every time it goes to like a new expansion or story element for the MMO, there's always a cinematic, tied to it. They're just selling it, and I think they do a great job. I mean, again, it's a free to play MMO that's
Yeah.
like over 10 years old. I mean,
Uh,
Star Wars has a lot to do with that, but
right. Well, Kasan said a talking point should why are game studios able to push out amazing stories that movie studios can't? And like my thought on that is games are more like, yes, is there a wide appeal for games today? Of course, but it's still more niche than a movie, right? Like, and they try to make movies, you know, The Last Jedi was standing to appeal to everyone. So it's a four quadrant kind of thing. So yeah, I kind of feel like they dumb down movies a little bit to appeal to a larger audience. They're afraid to take chances, I think, in movies where they can take more chances in games. And you know, you a lot of
oh,
games nowadays, right? You kill a character and then you can reload from your save point and make a different choice where that character doesn't die.
right. Oh, we got a correction incoming here. So Wizard Podcast. Sign. It's a standalone game from the main creative behind Mass Effect trilogy. Nothing to do with the MMO. Well, then
But when
why
then
would they
why?
plug?
Yeah.
Why would they plug the MMO website? And
Yes.
that's confusing me.
Yeah.
But okay.
Um. And James says they don't fire writers and hire AI. That's his answer to the games. What do you think? Why do you think games they take more chances with than in movies?
Well, because I think games have to fill and give the player stuff to do.
Yeah.
So as long as these main narrative points are held true and don't break canon, then they're okay with it. They just kind of get to do some crazy stuff. I know the Star Wars games have always been very compelling. I mean, I'm a
Yes.
Star Wars freak, so is that everybody else's experience? I don't know. Seems good number. Look at how historic and popular the Knights of the Old Republic RPGs are.
Yep.
Awesome games. You know, Star Wars hasn't always had the best. I mean, it had a rough beginning. I do believe the Star Wars game for the original Nintendo, Darth Vader turned into like a giant scorpion that you had to kill at the end of the game. So, I mean,
Well, let's go all the way
started
back.
from the bottom.
I think one of the most popular video games on the Atari 2600
Yeah, I
was
used to.
the
Yeah,
Empire Strikes Back game, right? Where you were the snow speeder fighting
no
AT-ATs.
speeder. Yep.
Yeah,
And
and
before
they did
that,
have
you could be a X-wing in a
in
Star
the
Wars
arcade.
Atari game. Yep.
Yeah, well, it was
Oh
the
yeah.
in the arcade, and then they did port it to the home system. So yeah,
I was
like,
there, Gandalf. I was there. Throw the ring into
well,
the
you.
fire.
I love Star Wars Super Nintendo. Yeah, those were good games too. The Super Nintendo ones. No Scorpion, Darth Vader.
And actually, to correct myself, I think it was a Super Nintendo game where he turned into a scorpion.
Was it? I don't remember
I
that.
think. I don't.
Kasan says, but game studios spend just as much time producing games as movie studios produce movies. But yeah, I think you hit a good point there, Don. I was about to call you Ben for some reason.
Oh, it's the episode
Long,
number.
long,
See?
long old host. That
Technical difficulties. Commenters corrected me. Ben reference. Wow. Whoa. Strap in. 666.
it's the devil, I tell you, the devil. um, you made an excellent point, right? That's the other thing, right? Like a movie's 2 hours. Where a video game has to make it feel like you're playing. If you're not playing for at least, I want to say 6 to 10 hours,
Right.
you feel like you wasted your money. So yeah, they have to fill the game more ideas, so they throw everything at you. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Um, Speaking of throwing things at you, the other Star Wars game. So you sent me the trailer for Fate of the Old Republic, but you did not mention that in 2025 we got a trailer for a new pod racing game. Yeah,
They don't
I
call a
said,
pod race, but yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah.
like I guess I wouldn't think it'd be very interesting, but
Let's take a look at this trailer.
I want it back.
Very fast.
The
We're
way
gonna
it
have
was
Jakku as
before
one
the
of the
Empire shut it down.
locale.
Massive engines,
Very dangerous.
lightning fast, lives on the line.
You gotta have really
The
fast
pilots
reflexes.
were incredible. Best of the best.
You must have Jedi reflexes.
United by one beautiful dream.
Where are the huts?
Gonna be in the Ahsoka show, I think, or
Galaxy needs
Mandalorian.
racing.
Oh no, he blew up. That hop? Galactic Racers.
Oh, is that old Sebulba?
Uh-huh.
My one complaint about that trailer though is that watching that I couldn't tell you though, is it first person, is it third person? That's
Again,
one critique I often have, those sort of introduction cinematics. Like I get it,
yeah,
but I'd rather
so
see like, okay, but what kind of game is it?
it's Lucasfilm going, we want some of that Mario Kart money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a very popular pod racing game on the
Yes.
Nintendo 64, so there is, precedent for people, but that was a little more off the heels of the
Right.
Phantom Menace movie, where it actually happened in a movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I it's an odd choice. That they decided now to make a pod racing game when there hasn't even been a pod racing reference in any
Right.
Star Wars thing since the Phantom Menace, which, don't get me wrong, it's one of the coolest sequences in Star Wars. I think people have said that the two best scenes in the Phantom Menace are the pod race and the duel at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
The duel of fates, as they call it. So it's like, I like, don't get me wrong, yes, there is precedent, but it's been 30 years, not 30, 26 years since that movie came out. It seems like an odd choice, but again, maybe my sarcastic comment is correct. There's the Mario Kart is still the biggest thing, and the FIFA game, not FIFA, the F1, the Formula One racing games are also really popular. So, they're like,
Yeah.
let's just like, and it's a cool concept too. Like, make a genre game based on Star Wars, or make a racing game based on Star Wars. So,
I mean, people throughout video game history always have loved the racing destruction type
yeah.
game. I think all the way back to games like Road Rash, which came out before Mario Kart, but that was a little bit
Oh,
more
yeah.
violent. Rock and Roll Racing, of course, Mario Kart. Then back in the PS1 days, that we got a little. So it's always been a fun genre. Mario Kart's always kind of been the king of it. But when you look at, if you want something a little bit more harder edge, like Twisted Metal or something like that, which, Star Wars, again, things are blowing up, people are dying, so you do have a little bit of harder edge to the Mario Kart genre, I guess you want to call it. But I don't know, it's fun. It'll probably be quality, and
Yeah, Kassan makes a good point here. I think IP holders are going to pivot heavy towards games instead of movies. I don't know necessarily they're going to pivot away from movies, but I feel like they're going to like. I don't understand why, other than the Spider-Man games, uh, we haven't gotten decent Marvel games based on the movies. Like the the MCU was, at least for a decade, the biggest thing going, and there were a couple movies that came out that were lackluster. You know, there was an Iron Man game um, based on it. I don't even know if there was a Thor or Captain America game, and then like they didn't do well, so they kind of just stopped.
There's
Guys,
Avengers games. There's those Avengers
yeah,
games where they had
yeah,
those microtransactions that pissed everybody off. Um,
that's
outside of
true.
that, I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy game was
It's all right.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's that very many Marvel flops, but I think unfortunately there was just a lot of resources and time put into that Avengers game, and no one gives a shit. Like, how long have we been anticipating this Wolverine? I can't wait
I
for the Wolverine
I
game to
thought
come out
maybe
for the PlayStation 5.
I thought we might have gotten, some new gameplay footage or trailer
Yeah, I
at the
know.
awards, but we didn't. So yeah, I mean, I can see that. And same thing with Star Wars, right? Like, yeah, the Old Republic has been around for a while. People still play that, but what's a new Star Wars game? No, I can't say that. There was
Well,
the
then you've got the Jedi
yeah,
Outcast or Survivor or whatever it's called, which I played, and it was mid. It was fine. I prefer Force Unleashed. They're never. That's the problem, is they made the Force Unleashed games, and then they've never gone that direction. And I don't know. I just can't get over it. Can you imagine Avengers RPG?
yes,
Uh, well, yeah, I bought the Switch for the Ultimate Alliance. And they had some X-Men ones too, the top-down X-Men and superhero games.
yeah.
But but that, yeah, I mean, to your point, Kassan, that was years ago at this point. But but it was great. It was a great game. I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Switch. It was awesome. Awful RPG was bad.
I think he's talking about the Avengers game.
Oh yeah,
Um
that's what I heard. I never gave it a try because
I've heard that too. And um yeah, so I do think they're gonna like video games. It's funny because it's a big market, but I do think like games are hit or miss, and they haven't had. I mean, they have had hits, but they've had quite a few misses as well. I do think we'll see. I think they need to expand. Like, yeah, let's put out a pod racing game for Star Wars, and since racing games have always been big, and see what that does. So yeah, we shall see.
I agree, though. I think we should have a lot more RPGs based off of Avengers, X
Oh yeah,
Men. I think that's I think that's a great genre
I
for comic book
there was a
video
game.
games.
There was an online game. Was it Hero City?
City of Heroes, which
City
I
of Heroes.
extensively played. Yes,
Yes.
you could
Where
customize the fuck out of your. Yeah, that was a
your
great game.
character, and a lot of people customized it until it looked like their favorite, either Spider-Man or Batman or
And they
Superman.
name them like the Incredible Bulk,
Hmm.
stuff like that. I remember people got banned for stuff like that.
Yes, that was annoying because they were afraid that they were going to get sued. Which was stupid.
City of Heroes. Then it had City of Villains. Man, that was a great.
Yes,
That was my heyday, man.
but
Of spending like most of my
I
time
would
in a dank
love,
basement.
if they did something like that with Marvel. Yeah, like you could create a character, and like you start out as a street level hero,
They did it with
and
DC.
yeah, fighting your stopping local bank robbers and stuff, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and as you go on, you find things that increase your power and make you more powerful. Yeah, you could easily do it. So,
but of course, Marvel Rivals has caught fire, so
yeah.
they're not going to worry about.
Ugh, I'm not a
It's a
big fan
fun
of
game.
Marvel. I
Let's
don't
try
like.
it.
I just have a hard time with like going on with the express purpose of fighting other people. Like I wanted
I hear you.
somewhat of a story and feel like I'm accomplishing something, not just fighting
Right
people.
on. No,
So,
that's my bag too for the most part. Believe me, I don't play a lot of Marvel Rivals. I'm a one player, for life.
all right, should we I just knocked my
Uh-oh.
phone on the floor. Shall we move on to you said you had something you wanted to say about this next trailer. It's our
Yeah.
final game trailer. And of course, that is Mega Man giving us a trailer for a game that's coming out in 2027. Let's take a look at this.
So those are the numbers and the years of the other mainline games that came out. On the upper corners there.
Yes.
Of course, the upper right there is this game, but they don't watch. It goes out of frame before it gets to. Anyway.
Download 001.
So this trailer is good because it answers a couple of questions right off the bat, which is awesome. Like this is gameplay here, right?
Oh wow.
Okay, so we know he slides, we know he charges. It's just important stuff to know. You want to know about what the next Mega Man is. I'm telling you. And but yeah, what's this dual overdrive, or what is that? And we get a little glimpse here, some sort of like Super Saiyan Mega Man shit. So that's a great game trailer right there.
Is it?
It is.
So, okay, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be that guy.
Be that guy.
I know Mega Man is a series that has a great following. Like there's a lot of people who love the series. I know that I never owned any, but I did play the original. Like I had a friend who had the original, and it was the regular Nintendo, right? The first one.
Yeah.
So I never really got into it. It was just a guy with a gun, and look, yes, there's also a nostalgia thing here. It's a side scroller. Like, who's made a side scroller game in how long? But is that going to appeal to young kids who like playing shooters and smash 'em up race games like Grand Theft Auto? Like, would
Well, young
is
kids
there
aren't
an
supposed to
audience?
play Grand Theft Auto, so
Is there an audience for a side-scrolling Mega Man in 2027?
I'm never going to be able to speak to whether young kids are going to like it. I think there is a lot of nostalgia for it, Dave. I mean, with what you just said there, I mean, you never even played Mega Man 2, which honestly is kind of where it all started. I mean, yeah, it's a popular franchise. I mean, just realize to me, as we've talked about earlier, I started on the Atari, but where video game love really started to grip me and the whole nation world is at Nintendo. And where you talk about, what's the pillar franchises that started it all? That started all the video game franchises. And obviously it's Mario Brothers, right? Legend of Zelda, Metroid, then Mega Man. I mean, that's the big four there that just kind of genesis the whole thing. But I started with Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 is far superior. Like Mega Man 1, you can only have 6 bosses. Mega Man 8 is where you get 8, the most iconic music you've ever heard in video game history. So I think that's why you didn't get gripped, is because you started with 1, which was okay, but 2 is really what hooked us all, and you obviously didn't get that. But with that said, it's just I'm excited because I love Mega Man. I love Mega Man X. And it's got an interesting history where it was like bang, 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 Mega Man, Mega Man, Mega Man, Mega Man, Mega Man X, Mega Man, all this shit. And at one point, it just kind of slowed down to to where like there's a Mega Man 9 where they go back to 8-bit graphics. It's a great game, I love it, but it goes back to 8-bit graphics for Mega Man. Then they came out with 10, which is
Yeah.
more of a 2D, 3D ish, and now this will be. I mean, they're calling it Dual Overdrive. It's not Mega Man 12, so who knows? If it's what the story's going to be. So I'm excited because Mega Man has gotten shit on. It was
Oh,
the
yeah.
flagship of Capcom, but then I remember a Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the highly anticipated Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and he wasn't even a playable character. So I get it. It got to a point where it was too much, but I feel Capcom is not put enough behind this property. It's a great game. I know I'm gonna have fun with it. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and yeah, it's gonna sell based on nostalgia factor alone. And if it's a good game, it'll catch on and people will get it. So again,
Chatters have some opinions.
well, before we wait, hold on. They're talking about Hollow Knight.
Yes. Their point being is that there are side scrollers. They do well.
Okay. All right.
I agree.
So I think we have to talk about the future. And I'm trying to find the comment. I can't find it. I put it up. Oh, here we go. So maybe here's a problem. They don't fire all the writers and they hire AI. I think Disney's on that road. So in a disgusting turn of events, the Disney Corporation put $1 billion into OpenAI and gave them the rights to use the Marvel characters, Star Wars characters, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and a couple other Disney characters. So yeah, you could go and open AI and legally use any of those characters in an AI video. How do we feel about that, Don?
Well, I feel that this does make a little bit of sense on Disney's level because they can make it so that if you go to one of their Disney parks, that your experience, you're guided by whatever Disney character you want, with powered by AI. But as we just got a comment, it was, took the words right out of my mouth. The whole, okay, no, I don't hope this happens. It's just
It's
eventually,
going to
as with
happen.
all technology, eventually all
Yeah.
roads, no, they don't lead to Rome, they lead to porn. All roads lead to porn.
Yes.
So I'm not even going to say anything more about the possibilities of Disney characters, AI, porn. The jokes write themselves. So there's that. But I think they're thinking more of, we're going to have this AI guide you through the park, or you're going to sign on to your Disney Plus, or some sort of AI assistant can be your Jarvis, can be the genie, your Jarvis can be Jasmine, your Jarvis can be Shere Khan.
And I get that, and I feel like that's the intent, the initial intent, right? But I've heard people talk and say one of the things they envision in the future is people are going to log into Disney Plus and type in, make a movie where Mickey Mouse is a Jedi and fights Darth Vader. And give me a story around that, how Mickey Mouse becomes a Jedi and has to fight Darth Vader, and it'll create a quick anime movie for you, like in 2 minutes it'll be done, and it'll be an hour long short or short, yeah, or hour long cartoon, and you're gonna watch it and go on your day, but yet no one else is ever gonna know that exists. And it's like, what's the point? Like, then there's no shared community anymore, right? And it's just going to divide us even more. And I'm not saying that that's definitely what's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go down that road, you know?
I mean, kids like sandboxes, man. Just ask Minecraft. How many kids out there have thousands of hours creating this Minecraft world? Open it up, so people can
Yeah.
log in, and they get
Well,
maybe one in their whole lifetime or something.
and then here's a thought, or here's a question, right? Let's say you do this. You use OpenAI and you make that movie, that cartoon, and then you slap it on YouTube, you know, and you put ads on it and you make money off of it. Like
Okay.
Disney said to OpenAI, you're allowed to use these characters, and if I sign up for an OpenAI license and I'm allowed to use the character because I have the license, am I allowed to make money off of that? Like now you're getting to murky copyright laws. Someone's going to argue I got the right to use it because I paid to use OpenAI, and they're going to say no, you didn't. So yeah, like this is good.
Well,
It's
yeah,
going to be
I could see
ugly.
how that legally gets murky. I just, in that scenario, Dave, though, it's like, I mean, because what did we learn? Or I guess, what have I learned? That, yeah, AI is going to do a derivative of what it's been fed. So, I if something like that makes money, then just realize it's kind of a derivative, mediocre story,
Yeah.
hack story. And I don't know who at that point, who's smarter, the fool or the fool that follows him. I mean, at that point.
That's just gross, James. No, Goofy will not rub your feet tonight. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm scared for the future. I
Well,
don't think
sure.
this is I don't think it's a good thing. It just was announced, so we'll have to see in a few months where this goes, because that's another thing. Stuff with AI is rapidly moving. So, um, as
I
soon
mean,
as
are you allowed to put though the AI stuff onto YouTube? Is that even like it?
I don't know. There's tons. Oh, well, there's tons of AI videos, and we're gonna get that in a second. That are driving me nuts.
We'll have to keep an eye on this story, Dave.
Yes, we will. We'll definitely keep an eye on this. Before we get into the superhero trailers, there is one other trailer that dropped, and we need to talk about, and someone did ask in the chat. So let's take a look at the highly anticipated Street Fighter. They're really leaning into the look. Ah, first off, they announced this movie and it was like, what the heck? And then they announced all these different people that are going to be in, and I'm like, really? I didn't
Mostly
think this was.
wrestlers and MMA
Yeah.
people.
I was like, this isn't going to happen. And then here's the
There
trailer.
it is.
Well, here's the teaser anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even going in with the flat top for
Yeah, but that,
Fi-
you know what? That's too much though. That I feel that's going to get like Sonic the Hedgehog,
yeah,
I and I get it, they're going for the look, but at the same time, they're not wholly consistent with that because like E Honda didn't have his face paint. Cammy's got like yoga pants instead of just, the thick thighs out are like they should be.
yeah.
So it's not completely consistent on. I hate the way Akuma looks. Roman Reigns, I was open to it, but yeah, he didn't shave his, he didn't shave his beard, so it just looks like Roman Reigns with a red mop on top of his head.
Yeah.
So, I'm not, yeah, that doesn't look good. I don't think I think they need to do something with the Guile hair. It's just it's too much.
There was no because he's in the movie, right? Blanca is in the movie, but they didn't show him.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him though. I mean, it looks okay because they had like
Okay.
stills. Um, I do wonder if the movie's going to get a little bit of flack because what's his name? Joe Schultz plays Dan, who should be like a comic relief character, but he's like a
Yeah.
Joe Rogan conservative comic guy. So we'll see
Yeah.
how that goes. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be very campy and not take itself absolute. Kassan says Chun-Li did it for me when I was 11. Dude, I would sit there and do all sorts of kick flips and stuff and try to pause it at the exact right time. Absolutely. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Don't admit that online. Come on.
Well, hey, listen. Got to get clicks. So anyway,
that's why you like thick girls, because she had those massive thighs.
Probably, man.
It's all Chun-Li's fault.
It's all Chun-Li's fault. I'm not even into like the Asian thing, but anyway. So yeah, I want to get more idea of the tone because it looks very, very silly, but the fighting did look cool.
It does.
So, and I asked myself, are you into cool fighting, everything else kind of funny, goofy? Maybe probably have some serious points here or there, and I'm like, yeah, I think I am. So, other than, again, the Guile hair just being too much and not looking good, and I really hate the way Akuma looks. Outside of that, we'll see. I don't want to say I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I'm open.
Yeah, I it's funny because you're right. It looks silly. I want to wait for the longer trailer that maybe tells you a little bit of what the story is. Like, are we going to follow one particular character? Which a lot of times that's how these movies work. Like, they'll follow Ken or Ryu's, and
Ryu's kind of the main character, although there's not a main character. But yeah.
So we shall see. Because that's how the game works, right? You pick a character and you kind of follow their story.
No matter how ridiculous it may be.
Exactly. Because like if you
could watch Zangief dance with what was the Russian guy with the big thing on his head, Mikhail Gorbachev. Yeah, and Zangief's ending too.
Oh my God, that's right. Ryu is punching a waterfall.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Ryu's just like, okay, yeah, I'm a badass. Blanca finds his mommy.
Yes.
He starts crying. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so the endings were stupid. All right. All right, that's enough silliness. Let's get into more silliness. So we're talking about Supergirl in a second, but it's funny because the Supergirl trailer came out, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about the Doomsday trailer. There was this rumor that they're going to drop it early, and then it was like, oh no, they changed their mind because they don't want to compete with Supergirl. I don't think it was. They said a while ago it was coming out with Fire and Ash. I don't think they changed their mind. It stayed the same.
Yeah.
But a lot of news has come out. A lot of fake AI videos. That's here's the trailer. Here's the leaked trailer. And they're all garbage. They're so bad. All these people with inside scoops. Oh, here's what the trailer going to show, or here's the opening of the movies like this, or like no one knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. We did find out there's going to be 4 trailers.
Yeah.
Released over the next next few weeks. Like
with Avatar.
That's insane. Yes. Um, and I have a take on it. I'm kind of curious because like they don't do that. They have a teaser, and then in a few months they'll have a full trailer, and then then they might have one more trailer before the movie comes out, and they do commercials. But to have
Yeah.
4 teasers coming out, what do you think their plan is?
Well, to me, their plan is to try to get you to go see the Avatar movie or at least pay for the ticket.
Yeah,
Which when I think of, I'm like, boy, that's shady. That's a
a
very
little bit.
and why are they doing that? It's like completely unprecedented for 2 movie
Well,
franchises to team up like that.
well,
Is it not?
I mean, yeah, they're all owned by Disney, so I know that's part of it.
Okay.
But here's something. Like I've heard this before, and it's true. Meet Joe Black, the I can't think of the actor's name. Brad Pitt movie. Uh, Apparently got a lift in the box office because it showed the Phantom Menace trailer at
Right.
the beginning of it, and there were stories of people who bought the tickets, went in, watched that trailer, and then left. You know,
Sure, but this is a
so
4-week thing. So this is a
right because they
blatant attempt
yes,
to help Avatar
but here's
for
the thing:
whatever reason.
does that mean they're not going to release them online?
Oh no,
You know what I'm?
and well, and that's what kind of quells my anger about it. Is it absolutely is an attempt to get people to go into the theater? I think it's a dumb idea. I don't think
Yeah,
there's anyone sitting there week 3 of Avatar thinking, you know, I do want to go see that trailer 4 hours before it's online.
yeah, yeah.
So it's so that and yeah, it they are going to be online anyway. So I don't get it. It's like shady, but it's like, it's like, yeah, no, don't shoot yourself in the foot. I mean, it's not hurting me if you do, but I don't get it. It's weird. It's a new thing, I guess.
Okay,
That's my take. It's weird.
I I agree, but then I'm kind of wondering. Marvel's got a history of putting out fake things in the trailers and the teasers.
Mm-hmm.
So are they setting something up? Because remember, I have a theory that they're re-releasing um Endgame in the middle of next year because they changed something in Endgame that affects Doomsday, like
Okay.
sets up Doom. So is that
Which I've
what
decided is shady, but go ahead.
so that's my question is like, are they going to tease like is there going to be something that contradicts the teasers, right? Like is the first one going to show something and then the next one shows it and it's like, wait, that doesn't make sense because they showed this in the first teaser and then keep doing that, because if it's just 4 separate teasers that show different footage, it's just like then just put out one full-length trailer. Like no one is going to go to the theater 4 times to watch 4 different teasers. Like that's not going to happen. It's stupid. It's a dumb idea unless they're setting something up with them. They're like putting an idea in your mind, and then maybe they're going to subvert your expectations as well because maybe they're going to set something up with these teasers that doesn't pay off in the movie, you
Yeah.
know. Um, so I think I think they're up to something. This isn't just like a marketing scheme to get people to go watch Avatar. Because again, we're in a world where the trailers get put online.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't work today. That's not a that's it, this is if it's true too. That's another thing. Like I don't know if that's 100% true. These are the theaters are reporting that they sent them 4 different teasers and they're not allowed to unlock the other ones. They can only unlock the first one um at this point, but like the dates are like soon, like during Avatar. It's just, it's weird. Oh, look, Thrawn's here. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to Brie Larson. This is true. The 1,000 content creature who wants to push out a reaction video might go pay to watch it. Think of the profits. I'm not going to pay for Avatar 4 times to push out content.
Well, he corrected content creators, but I prefer content
creatures. We're content creatures. I can't,
we are content creatures, but we're not the type of content creatures that are going to pay movie tickets to get out a video about a trailer everyone will see in 4 hours. So
right, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We might be right. I don't know, man. I don't want them doing that though, man. I don't like this whole change and stuff. And it's Lucas's fault. He's the first one to do that shit.
There's rumors that, and I don't believe any of the descriptions in any of the rumors that have leaked because it doesn't make sense.
Of course not.
You know, I mean, of course, they're back on the Tobey Maguire, like that. Doom's plan is he's going through and he's killing the anchor beings in all these universes, to destroy the universes. But yet they said in Deadpool Wolverine that like it's not that the universe was going to end tomorrow. It could end years from now, but it just eventually will end because the anchor being is dead, which is a stupid concept because what if the anchor being is just a regular human?
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
like yeah. I mean, I hated that in Deadpool Wolverine, but anyway, so like that he's going to kill the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because he's the anchor being in that universe. Not that was shown in the teaser, but they're saying that Doom's going around with the Sentinels. And I'm like, was that ever a thing in the comics? Where Doom?
I actually think so. Well, not the Sentinel, because even Tony Stark, there's even a version, you know, of the world out there where there's like Tony Stark Sentinels. So I can't remember specifically, but I would, if you said it happened, I'd believe you. I think I even may have seen it.
James says yes, so maybe.
There you go.
All right. So it'll be interesting. We will obviously talk about that in our next episode. The initial teaser, and we'll see what happens. And they could also just all be slight variations of the same teaser as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. We shall see. We don't know, people. All right. Well, let's get to our final trailer of the evening. And this is the big one that was dropped, which spun all of this garbage. And that, of course, is Supergirl. Call me. Don't piss on Superman.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time. Good job, buddy. Hi, Cars Orel. Hereby declare that 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
Poor Kara.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of two.
Superman like
Loki.
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
So, there you have it. And of course, there's a prequel comic, as
Yeah.
they always do. So, what did you think? I mean, pretty interesting.
It's very James Gunnsy. I have
Kasan, that seems like cut and paste plot and theme Gunn uses.
yeah, I'm not too excited about this movie. I guess I have a negative opinion of them starting the new DCU as far as movie wise with like Superman, Superwoman, or Supergirl, sorry, whatever. I didn't read any DC Supergirl comics, so I really can't speak to the closeness to the subject material of what I'm seeing. Is she a drunken, cynical, idiot person? Is that?
Well,
I mean, I don't know if that. Okay. James says I like the tone, but not really.
yeah.
Supergirl feels like Power Girl. Okay.
Yes. I don't think what the movies are going to go that deep and go with Power Girl. Go ahead, finish your thought.
I'm excited to learn more about the lore of the new DCU that we're experiencing, but I'm not really interested in what I'm seeing so far. And I bet you it leans heavily again on crypto. Are we going to let crypto carry two super person movies for us? Okay. I like Superman, so but either way. Yeah. So I don't know. Skeptical, very, very skeptical, because they don't like the edgy, dark superhero. And it's what we got. That's what we're getting.
So,
with the James Gunn soundtrack.
So, first off, James Gunn did not write or direct this.
I understand.
He's the head of DCU, but yeah, this one is Craig Gillespie is the director, and it's written by Anna Naguaria. So yeah, like he obviously is producing it, and I'm sure has some say in it, but he's not like it's yeah, okay, maybe it feels like a James Gunn movie, but
I hear what you're saying. I get it, but so yeah, doesn't that just stresses me even more? They're like, he's not even, but yet, it's like, okay, this is the tone of the universe,
and it's based on the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is a comic series where so Supergirl. I might say something here that's gonna upset the DC fans, but that's a character they screwed around with a lot in the comics and kind of retconned some of her origin stuff, changed her personality around a few times. So I think you can take more liberties with Supergirl than you can with Superman. And yeah, the no nonsense characterization, she's not the big blue Boy Scout like Superman, the CW Supergirl, they kind of did that, because they didn't have Superman. They used Supergirl, and they kind of made her the female version of the Superman we all know in that show, where this is more like true to some of the comic stories in that sense. I also feel like it's being done as a foil to, like, he gave us an over the top goody two shoes Superman in the Superman movie that was so true to like a lot of people's vision of Superman in their head, that they want I can't even say completely different direction, but they went a different direction with Supergirl, because do you want the same thing but just a female lead? Like, no, that, like, let's do something different. And it look at it from this point of view. Superman, Clark or Kal-El was a baby. He didn't know anything about the planet, put in a ship, sent to Earth, and raised as from a baby to adulthood by good Earth parents, by the Kents.
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl was like 10 when Krypton was destroyed, and then put on a ship to go protect her little baby cousin. So she has memories of Krypton. She knows what happened that caused its destruction, and she's cynical because of it. So it makes sense. Like, you can't. It's going to affect her differently than it affected Superman. In fact, like, that's kind of the point of the Superman movie, is he has this idealized version of Krypton, and then when they quote unquote fix the tape, he finds out the truth. But it does beg a question: if Kara knew some of this stuff, why did she let Clark believe the fairy tale that he had until the
Mm-hmm.
Superman movie
Yep.
came out?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
which maybe that'll get answered, because in a recent interview, I can't think of the actress's name, Millie Millie Alcock, Millie Alcock, the actress who plays Supergirl, was asked about, like, are they done filming the movie, whatever. And one of the last things she was filming was scenes with David Cornsweet. So Superman is in the movie. Um, so yeah, I'm sure. I don't know if it's just going to be just like how Supergirl was in the Superman movie, just at the end, or if he's got a bigger role. But at least that's been confirmed that he will be in the movie. So
Sure. Well, I think that this is going to be, and this is the part I am interested and excited about, a continuation of that story that we're going to get continued in the next Superman, because we know Brainiac's going to be the villain there. And
right,
in this trailer, so we can get into the minutia here a little bit, is we see that purple energy kind of creating a dome. I'm getting like Kandahar. What is it called? I'm sorry.
uh,
Um,
bottled city of Candor. I think it's Candor.
Candor.
Yes,
Yeah, Kandahar.
yes,
I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. Which doesn't Brainiac have that? Isn't that a
yes,
Brainiac possession?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I see where we're
he
going.
miniaturizes this. He's the one who miniaturizes the city,
Yeah, so
and
I think
then
we just, I
Superman.
think that's Brainiac. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's all going to tie together. You're right, um, and maybe they change her origin. Maybe she was in that city when it got captured. Who knows? I don't think they're going to. Um, so, and I feel like that's going to be part of what destroys Krypton, is that city being stolen and all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you
Um,
know enough to know who the character, the girl with the sword is? Do you know?
no, I don't know.
No. Okay.
I don't know a lot of those supporting characters, unfortunately. Um, obviously I knew Jason Momoa Lobo, but that's about
Of
it.
course.
Um, which is funny, because I will say this, I've said it before, like, Aquaman was terrible casting, but he makes sense for Lobo, and he doesn't have to change a damn thing. He can act the
Yeah,
same way
that's
and
always
be a
nice.
perfect Lobo, as
Yeah.
opposed to, being a dude bro for
Yeah,
Aquaman.
no, I mean that, that's Ryan Reynolds level of casting almost,
Yeah,
because with Deadpool, I mean, yeah, when he takes the mask off, they got to do some prosthetic, but that doesn't happen a lot. So yeah, Deadpool is just Ryan Reynolds in a Deadpool suit, and there we go. We're done.
or
We're done for the day.
RDJ as Tony Stark,
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
perfect casting. Yeah, like, this should have been his casting all along. So yeah.
Yeah, but he was all the rave, and they needed to make Aquaman cool for the movies. That's why they did that, and they did it successfully. At least they made all, he was the DCU's, their Thor, their Chris Hemsworth, their
Yes,
version
very
of,
much.
the buff guy with the long hair for all the
Yep.
ladies.
Yes, ladies.
Lest
Long
you ever
hair.
lest you ever question what ladies like. They like men with muscles and long hair.
All right. Well, I got the long hair. Uh,
If you're outside of that, like me, they like your
so
personality.
so we'll see. I mean, I'm excited because I do want to see how they tie them together. Thrawn says, "Seahorse and all."
Yeah.
I do want to see how they tie it together. I want to see. Um, Obviously, I think we're going to see the destruction of Krypton in this movie. They're gonna and I want to. Hopefully, we'll get like an explanation of the whole
Yeah.
edited video or broken video thing, and um, I mean, it's funny because like that's an interesting line. Her cousin sees the good in everyone; she sees the truth. You know, it's a very cynical kind of statement. But
Yeah.
I think it tells you a lot about the character. And she's dealing with stuff, and it's why she drinks. So, uh, I wonder what a super being has to drink to get drunk.
Well,
You'd think
doesn't
they
she
would.
have to go somewhere outside of a yellow sun to even get
Oh,
drunk?
maybe that's it. I didn't think of that. Yeah, because like, why would she bother needing a ship for transport? She's sitting at that like
Yeah.
bus stop, and the thing went. Yeah, she's going somewhere where she doesn't have power. That's why she's wearing sunglasses. Oh my goodness, you're a genius.
Ah, hardly.
All right. Well, we're excited for the movie. Hopefully you are too. Let us know in those comments down below if you're watching this after the fact. Um, are you excited for Supergirl? And are you going to go see it when it comes out? But it's that time, Don. We got to ask that question that we do every week.
What did we learn on the show tonight?
What did you learn, Don? Or do you have recommendations or both?
I learned that me and Kansan were on the same wavelength back in the early 90s with Chun-Li. Chun-Li did it for him when he was 11. Me too. Well-timed pauses were all the rave back in those days for me. That's what I learned.
Too much information.
Recommendations. Yeah, keep watching X-Men 97. Like even past the whole Gambit dying thing, just Bo DeMeo knows how to make us feel stuff. And it has me worried for post DeMeo X-Men season 3. I'm sure it'll be good, but boy, this is a good show. X-Men 97.
I wish to file a complaint. Secret level is sitting right there for review. We'll get to it. We'll get to that. Amaray, Marky Mark says, not excited about Supergirl or the future of the DC studios. Oh, hot take. Is this because of the Netflix deal, or is this because of you're not excited for the movie? Did you I didn't listen to your Superman episode. Did you guys like Superman? Huh. I'm not I don't know where you stand on that on Mark. Yeah. I don't know. I liked Superman.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
dug it.
I learned that too many trailers come out. We can get it done in under an hour and a half.
Right on. Yeah.
So yeah, and I also learned. Okay, he liked Superman, didn't love it. Well, then you're wrong. Oh, you know what? Did I listen to it? Maybe I did listen to the episode. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember you saying that. And you're allowed to be wrong. But yeah, I learned that not everyone loves Superman, but I do. I love the true version of Superman that we got.
True version.
Recommendations. I'm going to say this. I said it last week. Next week will be our last episode of 2025. We will take a break for Christmas and New Year's, spend time with our families and all that good stuff. And we will come back. And when we come back, we'll have new and exciting stuff maybe. But we will try to do our year in review next week. So if you have any recommendations for favorite movie, TV show, comic book, or moment of 2025, email us, email Dave or Don at superheroespeak.com, and we will definitely take those in consideration as we tally up our votes for that episode.
You can also put it in the comments right after an insult. Fine, we'll get it.
Exactly. Yeah, you can insult us all you want and say, but you can say the greatest thing about 2025 was just the fact that we were here for you all year long. And on that note, boys and girls.
Okay, 666 is over. All right.
As always, thanks for watching, and don't let your devil cape get caught in the door. See you next week.
If you haven't done so yet, subscribe. It really keeps this podcast alive. Smash the like button if you please. It gives us what we need. Maybe leave a comment or two. It's a really nice thing to do. And what are you